Relationships are very, very important, and you don't want to destroy relationships. Your reputation is everything.
I don't recommend bringing a fresh face to a campaign.
I agree.
Don't bring someone that never been around you, that knows no etiquette. I think when you're doing test shoots is when you should train everybody that you want. You think I've never bring anybody to like a real shoot. Everybody that's been around me has been on me with test shoots and collaboration.
Yes.
You could be a smoker and I don't know you're smoking. I don't like people to smell like they're smokers around my clients.
So I want to talk a little bit about etiquette.
Okay.
Etiquette on set, especially when you're talking about collaborations and things that are important. Do you think there's a difference, or what is the difference in your opinion between shadowing and assisting?
All right, if I'm doing a campaign, I will not ever bring anybody to shadow me at a campaign because they're not trained enough to, you know what I mean? 'Cause first of all, what is shadowing? Okay, like for me, like when I look at my shadow, it only moves when I move, right? Yeah. But I don't want anybody that's shadowing me to move when I move. I want him to think ahead the way I would think. Like I shadowed one of my friends recently, right? And when I shadowed him, I'm gonna throw his name out there. Shout out to my boy Ronald Wayne, good friend of mine. I've known him for over 10 years, and I shadowed him before. And I came not shadowed, but I helped him out. I assisted him. And when I went to assist him, I was like, I'm going to assist him the way I would want someone to assist me. Mm-hmm. I want somebody to predict how I would want the lighting before I even did it. Like for example, I said, hey man, let me see how the photo gonna look like. Because I already had the knowledge. I'm like, all right, don't worry about it. And he started like building all this. I said, bro, no, you ain't gotta do that, man. Like, I got it. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, for me to have somebody to shadow me, I want them to get to the point where they actually want to learn this stuff. Exactly. They're not here to just stand around. I got a 14-year-old that can stand around. I want somebody that can come in, that can actually like, hey, you know what? Not only I'm here to shadow, I'm here to work. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm free labor for today. Yeah. You know what I mean? And guess what? That's how I started off. I started off with a great photographer. I'm going to give his name. My boy, Joey Wright. I was working a 9 to 5 at the time. Yeah. I got in contact with him, and I remember shadowing him for the first time, and I watched how the way he was moving around with clients, and I was like, and I used to be like, hey, you want the reflector here? You want to heat? You know, that's the kind of energy you need somebody. Yes. The thing is this, I'm looking at the one that's shadowing you, they the third person. Yeah. You get to see what the photographer is doing, and they also get to look at how they interacting with the client.
That part.
Right? And that's how you learn. But I learned a lot of these guys that come and shadow you, they on their phones. Yeah. Like bro, like I'm not bringing nobody to shadow me that's like on a campaign. Mm-hmm. Unless like I've already had you in my roster already or you've been around me. Now, assistants. I kid you not, man, I had bad experience with assistants in the past. Meaning, I would kind of say blame it on myself for not having, like you said, you have contracts, you know what I mean, or at least have a verbal conversation in advance. One thing is this, I personally like working and having people that assist me that's not really into photography like that. That's like they just do it for fun, but they have like something else, mainly the main focus. Like my current assistant right now, his main focus is boxing, okay? And because boxing is his main focus, I don't have to worry about him probably going behind my back and try to get in contact with the client, even though he probably can't close the job anyways. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want to disrespect him, but a lot of times they can't close the job. You know what I mean? Yes, the price point might be great, but closing the job, you have to close the job. And a lot of times, a lot of people in the past, I've learned that they will go behind your back, they'll close the job with the client, but the client come back to you. Just because, they're around you, that doesn't necessarily mean they have all this great energy that you bring to the shoot. All the ideas coming from you. You know what I mean?
I agree. But I'm going to ditto everything you just said, because one lesson that I've learned a lot of times, because especially with a photographer, there's a niche, or you're a celebrity photographer or something like that. You can't pull up to a shoot and just pass out your cards. People are not just taking cards like that. people, especially when you're getting booked on relationships, and you're getting booked on references 100%. Directly, especially at a higher level. You pulling up on someone else's gig and just, yo, you want to do photography, and then just passing out your car. Not only is it unprofessional, they're going to tell me that you did it. If this individual that hired me on and found out that you went to their DMs or something like that, you're destroying your reputation at the same time, because they're going to tell me about it. So I hear you on that, man, because 1000% etiquette is big. We talked about it. Go ahead.
I look at it like this, right? You're a great photographer. You're a great videographer. You hire me because a lot of times you want your team to be a great representation of you.
Yes.
So the reason why you hire other great photographers or videographers within your team, most of the time we do it because we just want to be around our friends.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the budget. I don't care. Listen, I'm coming to help you. Say no more, bro. I'm on my way. Whatever the budget is, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I was probably off and they had nothing to do anyways that day. Yeah. Right? So for me, if I'm in a campaign with you, right, I don't talk to the client directly.
Yeah.
I talk to you, because at the end of the day, my job is make you the star player.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I'm just the bench warmer. Okay? My job is to make you look like, okay, man, his whole team is on point. I might say, hey, did he say he want the light over here? I do that purposely, like, hey, I'm gonna give you an example. One time I was helping my friend, and the client, she went down and sit down. And I went to grab a seat warmer, and I said, hey, he wanted me to put this here. Even though it was my idea, but I gotta always make it look like it was your idea. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I want the client to feel like, you know what? We're gonna hire him again. And you gotta look at it like this. If you hire him again, he's gonna hire you again. And then listen, whether it's $2 or $100 million, I still made money that day, and I helped my friend make more money. Yes. I helped more income, feed his family, and with him feeding his family, he helps feed me because I'm a part of his family too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I think nobody think about it. They're getting this. Oh, I'm finna steal this client. First of all,
you can't steal what's mine.
Listen, I learned this: no clients for nobody.
Yeah.
Because they can change their mind every day. Mm-hmm. But what I can say is this. If I had a client from my friends, what I've had happen in the past, that they may have stumbled to my page, because I don't have pictures of myself like that. Mm-hmm. So, and let's say if I worked with a client, I'll call my boy, hey bro, yo, that client, didn't you work with them like a few months ago? And I said, bro, they just hit me up. What's up with them? Most of my friends be like, man, I ain't worried about them. You feel me? Or they're not really pressed about it, because those clients might want to change their look. I might have a look that they like, and that he has a different look, you know what I mean? But to me, it's a respect level where it's like, hey, bro, I did not reach out to your client or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I just want to let you know, hey, bro, I'm working with this client. They reached out to me. And most of the time I say, hey, don't you still work with so-and-so? I might bring that up if I know. Now, I'm only speaking, like I said, we don't owe anybody anything, guys.
We don't.
Disclaimer.
We don't.
You don't owe anybody anything. But out of respect, and if especially is my friend that brung me to a shoot, right, I would let him know, like, hey, check me out, bro. Like, they just hit me up. Now, another thing I throw this in. If I seen you work with a client that reached out to me, even though I didn't go to your photo shoot, I didn't help you out in the photo shoot, I also do this thing where I might call you, hey, bro, I got this client that reached out to me that I noticed that you work with them. Can you give me a little insight of that client? I'm not doing that in a sense to... I'm really trying to let you know, hey, bro, I ain't gonna reach out on these people because I seen you working with them. I'm trying to let you know, like, bro, I'm not even on that type of time. They hit me up, and I just want to let you know, hey, bro, we cool. Because, friendships, you can lose friendships off that.
You can. And it's a lot of times you don't have to do something, but the things that you do and decide to do, they go a long way. I don't 100%. Have to tell you anything, but you actually going that extra distance to tell me about it, it means a lot.
No, 100%.
And obviously, it's not a situation, you might be hot right now, but are you going to be hot in the future? Relationships are very, very important, and you don't want to destroy relationships. Your reputation is everything. Mm-hmm. And if one person leaks that, hey, this person, this will happen to me, it makes someone hesitant to want to hire you for anything else. If they feel like you want to try to steal whatever's in front of them. And I don't want to say steal, like you said, they don't belong to any of any of us. So for example, with interns who want to come shadow me, I have people sign contracts.
100%.
I have people sign contracts, they with e-signatures and everything, and it basically says that you are a representation on this project of the venture agency. There's a window of when you're not allowed within a year or two to work with a client that you worked on a gig with me with.
100%.
Like that's conflict of interest. Like literally, I've got to that point. Obviously, because my agency has grown to a certain point where the type of clients that I'm working with, like I'm putting you in a space, especially if you're an intern, you're in a space right now where you're going to be exposed to individuals that I'm working with and your representation of me. But like at the end of the day, like integrity, it really, really matters.
100%.
And there's a way you got to be on set, especially in film. There are roles for a reason. If a producer hires you, a producer is hiring you for a reason. You're getting hired as a PA, you're getting hired as a grip, as a cinematographer, as a first AC director, all these best boy, all these different positions. You're getting hired for a position, and that is your position. Play your role, right? The way you said, where you on set, listen, what did you need? Where's the lights? This goes right here. This goes right here. That's your role. A lot of times it's as simple as playing your role, right? But also understanding that you're coming here and representing, and in my particular case, you're representing the venture agency. Now, to make sure people who are listening, it's not a big-headed thing. Because rest assured, I have no problem with friends doing the same thing. And guess what? When I do it for you, I'm going to do the exact same thing. If someone, and people have asked me, oh, I know you're the venture X. Can I get your business card? I'm on your set, though. I'm going to revert them to you. Right? If I'm working on your particular set, no matter who they are, they want my information, I'm gonna make sure they understand that it was your set. Because if it's mine, I'm gonna make sure I would only hope you would do the exact same thing. It's respect to me, right?
I can say this. For example, me and my team, we got hired by a celebrity, and this celebrity, he does a lot of business marketing for the NBA.
Yeah.
Now, so he hired me, and I hired another videographer. So it was like 3 of us. So we did photography and videography for an NBA team. We did this in December. The first thing he said, man, you guys can't be no groupies.
Yes.
That was the first thing he said to me.
Yes.
That was the first thing he said. He said, y'all can't be groupies. I said, you ain't got to worry about it. Me, and first of all, I don't even watch the NBA like that, and I don't care. You know what I mean? And I said,
but you know who LeBron is, though.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, unless the celebrity gives me that energy, I'm coming in as the professional that don't know who you are.
Exactly.
Even though it's in my core, crying inside.
Yes.
But I don't ask for pictures. Like, you know how many people I've shot where I never asked for pictures? Man, I would have had a plethora of photos. But the key point is, he asked me not to be a celebrity. So the videographer I hired was my homeboy.
Not to be a groupie.
Yeah, not to be a groupie. Yeah. So the videographer I hired, I said, bro, just to let you know, we shooting for this company, blah, blah, blah. We shooting for this NBA team. He said, man, what you call coming down? I said, the whole team gonna be there.
Yes.
No, he said, but you think I can? I said, bro, we can't, bro. We can't even get we can't even get a BTS. You know what I mean? He was like, man, I said, I know, man. I feel the same way too, but at the end of the day, it's in contract. And I gotta subcontract you. You know what I mean? And yes, because the assistant, I don't blame them. We put them into rooms.
Yes.
Where it's like, wow, you know, it might take them time to get there, right? But at some point, they're going to be in our position where I want to take that photo too, but I can't. You know what I mean? That check was the photo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was it. We got paid. That was the photo right there. I could frame that photo and say I got paid by this company, and that's it. You know what I mean? And we have a lot of projects where you can't even post. Or, for example, you shoot it today, it don't come out till like a year later.
Yeah.
And then by that time, you're already gonna shot the whole world already. It's like, to you, it becomes old now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like I said, I don't blame them, but they also have to have, you know, we have to give them rules and regulations.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what you said about rules and regulation is very, very important. In that case, I'm going to also make this point. I believe 100% in training, right? A lot of times, and especially when I've gone through a couple assistants and stuff like that recently, because I used to be a one-man band. I didn't have the time for it. I see the importance now in building your team. I will tell you 100%. It's important to train your team. If you are a leader, invest in that. The time to train, because you can't get mad at people for what they don't know. At the end of the day, you put this person in the room, they don't know. There'll be times where I would get frustrated, and I had to ask my wife. My wife had to say, like, he don't know. Like, you can't get mad at him. Last month, I shot a podcast for a couple of NBA players, and we went to the house. It's natural to have your phone out to shoot BTS or whatever like that. So after we shot, you know what the guys text me and said? "Oh, just make sure you don't post anything from because we went to the house. Right. Make sure you don't post anything. People are watching you, and you got to make sure that your team understands. They wouldn't matter or anything like that. We took a group shot together, or whatever like that. We ended up posting, but people are watching you, right? So it's important. Etiquette matters, but sometimes we get angry at people for things that they don't even know.
Right, 100%.
Like, I don't even, so I'm pretty sure that you talk to your guys already.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why I even go to the point of doing contracts. One of my assistants are here right now shooting the podcast with me. I go through the process of letting people know, because I can't get mad at them if they do something and they didn't even know. 100%. We're supposed to be teaching them.
Like I said, I'm very lucky with my assistant. He's like one of those people. He's so laid back that he doesn't really care. To take pictures of anybody or anything. But I can say this. It's definitely important for me personally to, like you said, prepare everybody that you want to work with.
Yes.
Like, before I even bring you remember, we go into the word when we use the word campaign. I love, you hear me say it, campaign a lot. I don't recommend bringing a fresh face to a campaign.
I agree.
Don't bring someone that never been around you, that knows no etiquettes. I think when you're doing test shoots is when you should train everybody that you want. Why? You think I've never bring anybody to like a real shoot.
Yeah.
Everybody that's been around me has been on me with test shoots and collaboration. Yes. If we having a test shoot and collaboration, that's the first time you're going to ever meet me, period. I'm not bringing you to no campaign. I'm not bringing you to an actual paid shoot. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Because you don't know me and I don't know you.
Exactly.
Because guess what? You could be a smoker and I don't know you're smoking. I don't like people to smell like they're smokers around my clients. That have no disrespect to them, but it's just, if etiquette-wise, hey, bro, you know what? You did a great job today at the test shoot. You helped me out. And I'm teaching you stuff. I'm just, hey, man, you know what? What's your rate, man? Matter of fact, I'll pay you this one. Because honestly, anytime I bring somebody on set, I like to pay them personally. I don't know why. I haven't got to where I'm like, not in a long time, where people just show up in my shoots without me trying to break them off a little bit, because, you know, I know how it feels, you know what I mean, to drive from point A to point B, and not that they just happy, like, now they're like, oh my God, you can get paid doing this, you know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, when I bring someone to my shoot, there was already pre-planned. They're already trained already. I get on the phone, hey bro, check me out. You can't do this. You gotta wear all black. By the way, what size you wear? Because I'm gonna give you one of my shirts too. Yeah, carry these business cards in your pocket.
Get you some merch. You know what I mean? Get you some,
pass out the business cards. When you're bored, you ain't doing that. Go ahead, and we at this event, everybody gotta have a business card.
But at least you tell them. Some people just get mad because they do it, and then you didn't even tell them nothing. Right. You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right. The last thing I want to do, I take a lot of pride in what I do. The last thing I want to do is be embarrassed in front of a big client.
Oh yeah,
I ditto what you just said. I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want a situation, something got to get problem solved really, really quickly, and we sit in the corner figuring out, hey, you brought this. The people hearing you, you know what I mean? They're hearing you, and it looks very unprofessional, and it gets to the point now they're like, okay, well, the moment someone starts to second guess you, you lost them.
Another thing, we take all blame.
Yes.
So I will never can call the client and say, well, my assistant.
Yeah.
No, bro, you sound weak, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. You can't like, my assistant. Bro, I had a wedding. My videographer lost the videos, and he didn't lose it purposely. His stuff got robbed. This is years ago. Yeah. I had to take the whole hit for that. Yeah. I took the whole hit because it's under your brand. They don't care. Unless they subcontract somebody else, bet. But anybody that's on my team, like, I have to take the hit for that. That's why sometimes I be chewing my assistant's ass because I be like, bro, you can't be late. You know what I mean? Like,
don't be late,
bro, you can't. Just make sure we got double memory cards, or you know what I mean. But I only do it out of love because I tell them all the time, listen, my job is to make sure we all eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the only way we can all eat if we all on point. You make me look good, we look good, and the bread look good too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what it is, because at the end of the day, the team tend to forget. Individually, we all are our own bosses. But today, I'm working for you, bro.
Yes.
And I have no ego to be on some, oh, yeah, man, I'm not my own boss today. My boss right there. Matter of fact, don't ask me, ask my boss. You know what I mean? And it's important because
Real talk.
the reason why I do it like that, if a client asks me, hey, do you know? I said, honestly, I don't know, but let me go ask. Because the reason why I have to go ask you, it shows the level.
Yeah.
Right? He's here, I'm here. I'm not gonna. What did it say? What the 48 laws of what? 48 laws of power or something like that. Yeah. It says you can't outgrow your master or something. You can't do better than your master. I can never make it look like I'm better than you. I never especially on your set.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And the crazy thing, I might know some more technical stuff, but the client will never know.
Is that
I never make it look like that. I give this. I do this. Hey, buddy. Remember when you said the other day, I talked to you like this in front of the client. Remember the other day you said maybe I should put this light back here? Or should I, you remember when you said just in case to give it? I always have to sound like, even though I know it looks better, but I got to make it sound like you already told me in advance. Because I never want the client to feel like, man, this person might know a little bit more than this person. Let me hire. I don't want that. Matter of fact, I don't even want all the headache. When you just hire me as I love when my friend, listen, if y'all looking to hire somebody for an assistant, call me. Because I don't have to deal with the headache. Because it feels good being the third person in the background. I don't have to deal with the client.
Sometimes, I agree.
I don't have to deal with the client. All I gotta do is to set up the lighting, pack it up, and then give you a high five. Oh, bro, I'm out. Okay, you got to deal with the files and all that stuff. Oh man, this is a vacation that I got paid for. You know what I mean? So it's things like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm just saying in general, like if you're going to assist in that way, assist to make that lead photographer look exactly what he or she is.
Any of us can be a lead photographer, and I don't think people understand that. Any of us can be in charge at some time. It ain't a situation where I got to be in charge all the time. Sometimes you have individuals who are self-conscious or whatever like that, and they can't take a step back. They want to show that they're elite. And for them to feel like they have to be a role player, it means like they're diminishing who they are as a creator. We know what you can do, bro. But right now, somebody else is in the lead, and you could take your turn. But you got some people who know they're good photographers. They will say things to embarrass you in front of the client. While I'm on the set and I'm going all over the place, chaos is happening around me. The last thing I want to worry about is the individual that I brought taking care of business.
100%. That individual should be the last thing on your mind.
Yes.
And as a person that's been that individual, where I've helped out friends, assisted friends, sometimes I get to a shoot and the model already knew who I was or something like that. And, I just keep it, oh my God, nice to see you, blah, blah, blah. I'm working for so-and-so today. And, I'm helping him out. And it feels good because he's like, I'm helping my pal out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know for other people, but when I go help out another great photographer, it makes me feel good. I'm honored to be like, wow, he trusts me enough to want to help them. You know what I mean? And guess what? I'm finna give all my energy. I didn't come here. Like, my phone is off. I'm on silent mode. Like, if I'm gonna go work for anybody, at that point, silent mode, my phone is off. Yeah. The only time I probably pull up my phone is when, let's say we gotta kind of have a break or something like that. Yeah. Cool. But me, I kind of want to be always on.
Etiquette, man.
Yeah,
Etiquette.
I have to always be on the lookout. Okay, when do they need me? You know what I mean? When do this person need me? You never needed your assistant at the moment and they fooling around. I'm paying you for this, man. Like, you on your phone.
That drives me crazy.
Haitians, back in there, my pale poussa, I'm paying you for this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we all have that where we kind of feel like that. And, I noticed I did that before. I'm like, I'm paying him. He on my time now? You get paid for that? No. So I'm learning myself, like, okay, if I'm going to, even myself, if I were to assist somebody, I want to give them my full attention, energy. You know what I mean?
There's been times I've been renegotiating with a client, and the bargaining tool that they used to show my unprofessionalism was one time that I shot with someone and their phone went off. Or one time I shot with someone and they were having a side conversation. Now you're affecting my ability to renegotiate, which in essence is talking about my reputation as a brand. So it's important, man, to make sure that, listen, whoever, if you're shadowing somebody, not shadowing, if you're assisting somebody, understand that etiquette really, really matters, and you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot.
That's why you gotta have everybody. If you have 3 assistants, have them stand on 3 different lights. You know what I mean? So that way, one is over here, one is over there.
3 different cameras.
Yeah. So that way, they don't end up, doing side notes, side jokes. They kind of just in their own world, just looking at you, making sure you getting everything that's needed. You know what I mean?
Man, listen, my wife get on me sometimes, man. I am a drill sergeant sometimes, and I don't try to be. Right. It's just I know these things matter. People are watching all these things. Mm-hmm. I had a client one time who I shot. They anticipated it being a longer shoot because people work slow and crews act a certain way. They worked with me and my crew. Obviously, we worked together for a long time. We moved so fast. The attitude that they thought they were coming in with changed drastically because they saw our professionalism. And that's the power of etiquette and having a team who know what they're doing 100%. And who takes it seriously. You could take somebody who's anticipating a bad day and say, oh, well, this is what it looked like when I have a professional team.
What you paid for.
A happy client tips very well. Okay?
Gas.
You tip very well. All right? And then more importantly, they reference you and hire you again.
100%.
So that's really important, man.
100%. Listen, what I take from this, I think what everybody should take for this is, anytime you go into assist, shadow, make sure you give all your energy. Yes. Put away the phone. Actually go there to learn. Matter of fact, you should go watch a few videos on watching like how that photographer moves. And like, for example, anytime I'm about to shoot with somebody or help somebody out or anybody's going to help me, I say, why don't you just go through my page and kind of look at my style. And from there, you can ask me, well, how did you get this? You know what I mean? And from there, how you get this. I'm not the type that's going to be like, I'm going to move this stuff. I want you to move it around. Yeah. That's the only way you can learn. You know what I mean? So we have to try our best to take our time and learn from the situations and be the best that you can be to help others.
100%. Even if it's a situation where you don't think you're learning anything and it's because you're good at what you do, take pride in blessing somebody with your skills. I'm on set and I'm not learning anything per se, but like you on it. I have a colleague who works with me. His name is Sean, and he treats my business the way he treats his business. There's literally times where we'll set up cameras and like the same urgency that I have, he'll have the same urgency. And to the point where I'm not even touching the cameras. Everything is synced. Everything is running smoothly. He treats it like it's his business. And those are the individuals that you build and you grow with. But I'll ask this last question. Have you ever gone on a set and somebody recognized you and preferred you over the one that hired them and they wanted you to shoot them instead of the photographer?
Man, that's wild work.
That's
happened? I've never had that happen before. Here's the thing is this. The sets that I've ever went to, right, it's always been real good photographers.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Now, I can say this. This happens all the time. I do studio rentals at my space.
Yeah, okay.
Now in those situations, I have a photographer come in, and a lot of time when they'll rent my space, they have to put their handles so I kind of know who's renting I like knowing who's renting my space.
Yeah.
And I look at their handle, I'm like, okay, I see their work. And they'll come in and they trying to do natural light, no strobes, no anything. So I go and I say, when the photographer come, hey, I ask them a few questions. I'll be like, hey, what are you shooting? And I will set up all the lighting for them to help them out because I tell them, listen, you can always call us, we can help you, but I don't want the client to know or feel
like it's you,
that I know what I'm actually doing better than more than what you know, and I don't want them to feel like that. And I've never been in that situation. I never want anybody to feel like I'm in a room with me. And I don't want someone like, damn, I brought Zavier to the phone, and I don't want this client to I won't do that.
I rented out a studio once, and I'm telling you, bad etiquette. I shot at a studio once with a client, and they come and check with me. And one time they tried to tell me how to pose my model, and this was early in the days. And even if they were right or wrong, I'm not saying that they're right or wrong. It was a great idea. But like etiquette says that, bro, you tripping, bro.
I can't say this. I ain't gonna lie. I do have those times where I'm a little rude, where it's not the client, it's the client friend.
Yeah.
That don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
That kind of like gets under my skin, where it's like, your friend hired me. Sometimes they'll have a client, they'll bring a little friend that don't have nothing to do with the business.
Or they shot with somebody else.
Right. And I'm like, I said, and I kind of like, hey, just to let you know, you're like, we already have this. Like, we know what we're doing. That's what they hired us for. You know what I mean? And not that I get rude, but I kind of have to pull them aside, like, hey, check me out. Like, that's no. Unless you know what I mean? Like, if you want to take over and you want to be the crib, you got to kind of let them know, you know what I mean? You don't want to be rude, but you kind of have to let them know, let me do my job.
This is what I do. And look at my portfolio. You hired me because of my portfolio. Let me do what's in my portfolio.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But hopefully we can make it a situation where you can come back to the show.
Oh, yeah, 100%, man.
We can kind of chop it up a little bit. I love the conversation. It was a great conversation. We talked about our gear. We talked about experience. We talked about our journey. Obviously, the show is about the hero's journey. You're the hero of your own individual story. And I'm glad that you were able to share with us today. Now, with the podcast, 100%, make sure you like, you subscribe, push the notification bell so that you can get updated every time we post a brand new video. We have a lot of new stuff coming for this season. Amazing guests like Angelo right here. De'Angelo himself, Angelo.
Zavier De'Angelo at that.
Are there any kind of projects, anything special going on you want to let us know about?
So honestly, the only project I have in life is getting closer to God.
Yes. Amen.
And that's it. That's my only personal project. I'm looking to get baptized in April. So realistically, being a reborn Christian again, been reading my Bible. And I for me, sometimes we tend to forget what we have to be thankful for. And for me, I'm just very thankful that, I've been getting closer to God, been reading my book religiously. Yes. You know what I mean? And it's not a relationship with you and the church, but it's a relationship with you and the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And that's how I look at it.
Congratulations, man. I actually got you say rebaptized.
Yeah, of course. We all got baptized when we was young, but
So I actually I got baptized last year.
Okay.
So blessings to you, man. It was an amazing experience, very thrilling, man. So I appreciate you sharing that. And of course, like I always say, this episode was sponsored by nobody.
They're coming soon. Check him out.
Sponsorships, pull up. Have a good one. Au revoir. See you guys later. Until next time.